Hey, Ryan. Hey, Ryan.
He's such a mess. You should have known, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I started recording. Everyone, when you come in, if you'll just mute yourself, or we can, hold on, I can mute everyone just so we don't have a bunch of background. Hold on. Mute. Okay. I muted everybody. If you guys have any questions about anything or anything like that, put it in the chat and we'll go over it. And then, we can do like question answers, whatever, later. Me and Lauren wanted to just have a Zoom for just you guys, for the people that are serious and want this business to work, but that you haven't quite made it to the Ruby level yet. Now, it takes different times for everybody. I just want you guys to know that. Some people get to Ruby within a month. Some people take a year to get to Ruby. Actually, Jocelyn Yates, it took her, 9 months or something to even get to executive. And she's a top earner ambassador, Diamond, who is young. Like, I think she's like 21, 22, something like that. So it even took her a while because she wasn't doing, and she's honest about it, and everybody that will tell you that has taken a long time, that they don't put in the effort. They might want this to work, but they're not actually doing what is required to make this business work, to be successful. I'll say that. You can make, you can work a little bit part-time and you can make, I'd say, a couple $100 or less a month. It just depends what you put into it. So if you're working part-time at this and you're not able to put in a lot of time, or you haven't figured out a schedule that's going to work for you, then, you're not going to reach those big levels. But if you are having that vision, giving it your all, and I'm not saying you have to work 12 to 16 hours a day like I do sometimes. Not everyone has that time to do it, and they can. But every moment you get a chance is when you need to be working. If you're at work, use scheduling apps. That's the best way. Using Hootsuite, Buffer, ScentShare is another one. Some of them you have to pay for, but like, I think Hootsuite we pay, Matt, how much do we pay for Hootsuite? Is it like 12?
What?
Hootsuite? Sorry.
$14.99.
It's like $14.99, he said. But I think some of them are cheaper. I did that on Hootsuite because I can do it from the computer, and I can schedule anything for multiple Instagrams, Facebook groups, everything. So that's why I pay for it. But there are cheaper ones or free ones. Buffer's free. So if you're a busy person, schedule your posts during the hours you're working. And when you're not working, leave those to be the posts that are more heartfelt and coming from you, and not just like a copy and pasted schedule post. But that's just a little info on if you're busy and that's one of your excuses. That's another thing. Excuses are the biggest thing we see with people that are struggling to get to that like Ruby and beyond level. And it's because we all do it. I've done it myself. But a lot of us make our whys our actual excuse. It used to be my kids. That was the biggest thing for me, is like, my kids make me so busy. I'm busy. I'm running around. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I don't have all the time to put into the business like I want it to. And then I sat there and thought, wow, I have all the time in the world. I just have to make time. I have to want it bad enough that I'm getting up an hour early. I'm going to bed 2-3 hours late. I know some of you, especially like Dawn, you get up very early for work. And I don't know, do you get off at a decent hour?
I get up at 3 a.m. I'm out of my house by 4:10 a.m. and I get home about 4:15, 4:30.
Whew. Okay, we need this to work for you more than anything.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, at home.
And Buffer does I keep it full at 10. And then at lunchtime, I do a thoughtful post, and I fill the buffer back up in case I get stuck in traffic and I don't want to, have any delay in it. And it's constant.
I've noticed that you have always been pretty consistent with your posting. And that's what I tell people. And I've actually used your story to people that say they're busy. And I told them, like, you know, she gets up at 3, 4 in the morning. I wasn't sure the exact time ever, but I knew it was really early. And you have always been consistent with that. And that's the biggest thing is you guys want to be consistent. Even if you're busy like that, if you truly want this to change your life, truly, not just for the extra cash. Now, if you just want the extra cash, that's fine too. There's nothing bad that says, I don't want to put in all my time. I don't want to go fast and give it my all because I just want a little bit of extra money. But once you grab the vision, once you see it and you run with it, because everybody does, we all join just for, you know, no, a lot of people don't join this business and think, hey, I'm going to be a millionaire. Now, some of us do. Some of us join right away, like Lauren. She knew there was something right away. The first time I talked to Lauren, I didn't know her. She seen something I had posted on Instagram. We had not mutual friend, I guess. Matt, my fiance, went to school with Lauren, so she knew him, but we had never talked or met at all. And she asked me a question, or I messaged her something. I can't remember exactly.
No, I was literally just messaged you because I was overweight and depressed, and I needed to lose some freaking weight, and I was desperate, and I would have tried anything. So
yes. That is what happened.
Instagram. Somehow I followed you on Instagram. You probably found me. And then I started following you for whatever reason. And I was seeing all these weird belly pictures and I didn't know what it was. But after about a week of seeing them, I realized, you know, when I started paying attention, that it was like a weight loss thing. And because I was really struggling with losing weight, and I had gained a bunch of weight with Ella and I couldn't do anything. So I originally just called you to buy some wraps, and then and that was it.
Yep. And we talked about the opportunity a little. And at that point, you guys, I had just joined. I didn't know anything.
You were like 3 months in.
Yeah. I was just going with it. I was trying to, you know, help people, but I didn't know a whole lot. So, and at that point, what a lot of people don't know is my upline had quit. So she had never trained me at all. She added me to the groups and that was it. So I did a lot of my stuff on YouTube, and whatever I learned once Lauren joined, I would call her and be like, okay, we got to try this because I seen it on YouTube. Like we lived off learning everything from YouTube.
Yeah. Everything was complete trial and error.
Yeah.
Like, we had no guidance. We
did that for a while. Until we didn't even
know what the steps to success was. Like we didn't have any files really. We didn't have any
because I was put in this group and we were never really told, hey, check out the files like we tell you guys. Hey, do this, do that. So I just started, you know, looking at different things, researching it. And finally we reached out to Maria once I found out she was even my upline. And, you know, she helped guide us along the way. And finally things started coming together. But I'm just telling you guys that because, like, I literally reached out to people when I first started. I talked to everybody I could because I wanted this to work. And I seen the vision early because I heard of all the crazy stories. And now I'm one of those crazy stories. I was on food stamps. I was on WIC. We have Medicaid. Like, I did not think I would read somebody's story as a triple diamond or above or double diamond or anybody making good money, and I would be like, that's crazy. I hope I'm there one day, but I didn't see it fully at that time. But then the more people I started listening to and the more, hold on, I'm hearing something. Hold on. Okay. Whoa, where'd you guys go? Hold on. Now I lost you on my screen. I like to look at everyone when I talk. I don't know, I'm weird. But so, you know, I heard these stories and I'm thinking, like, could I be somebody like that? Is that possible? I knew I wanted to, but I didn't believe I could. And that's, once I changed that around, that's when it changed everything. I started acting like I could be a diamond or I could be a double diamond. Sorry, I was reading the chat. And you guys, I'm so sorry. I always stop and see stuff and have to read it. But I started believing that I could be one of those people, that I could actually make that kind of money and change my family's life. And once I started believing in it, that's when everything changed. I started having that confidence to talk to people and say, hey, like, we have this awesome opportunity that's changing lives. You should join me. And I would make relationships and I would connect with people, and people started joining. And I mean, I still have people that are watching me every day joining. Sorry, Lauren, will you take over? I have somebody trying to sign up and they're having big difficulty.
Oh, no, can't talk to you right now. See? Every 5 minutes, somebody's messaging you, texting you, calling you. The biggest thing that I had trouble with was like time management. Like, I started every night before I went to bed, and even all throughout the day, I would start making my to-do list for the next day. And I would have a to-do list every single day. And then I would mark off, I would add my bills and like everything I always, I have to do that's important even outside of my business. And that way I had it written down and I wouldn't forget, because I have a horrible memory and I forget everything. I would forget my freaking head if it wasn't attached. I'm telling you guys, like, I lose stuff all the time. It's bad. So I have to write everything down. And when I do that, it helps me stay on track. And then it also helps me, feel accomplished when I'm like marking all those things off. I'm like, yeah, I did this today. I did this today. So when it comes to your business, if you get into a routine that is normal to that will become a habit if you start doing it enough. So if you make a list of things, like we're going to talk about what you should be doing every day to actually reach the numbers, to actually get the loyals that you need, to actually get the distributors that you need. Because a lot of the work that everybody does is busy work. Because I was the queen of it. And I used to think, oh, I work so hard all day, every day. Like, what's wrong? Like, what's happening? But I wasn't really working. Like, I thought I was, because I was constantly doing something. But I was like scrolling through Facebook. I would get caught up watching other videos. I would spend all this time watching videos, but like I wouldn't take notes, and I wasn't like, applying what I'm learning to what I'm supposed to be doing. And when I started making a list of like, all right, I need to follow, like, this is an example of what you need to be doing every single day. You need to be following, 10 to 20 new people on Facebook every single day. You need to be adding those from your, mutual or suggested friends, just as long as a mutual friend that you both have is not a networks distributor. And then you also need to be like adding 150 to 300 people on Instagram every single day. Like when you go to the bathroom and follow 30, like every time you go to the bathroom or something like that. You need to be, I don't have this written down, so I'm losing my train of thought. Can you think of, and then you need to be following up with like at least about 3 to 5 people a day. Like following up with either potential distributors or potential loyal customers. If you don't have any distributors and you only have like a few loyals because you just started, follow up with 1 or 2 loyals like every week. But you need to like stay up to date with your loyal customers, asking them how they're liking their products. What are they wanting to try next? Do they think that they want to use the same thing? You just need to build a relationship with all of your people, not only on your team, but also your customers as well, because that's going to keep them as your customer forever, which is going to give you residual income, which is what we all want out of this business. I was just going to say that I like pray every day, and I say positive affirmations. Melody McFarland, she's awesome. She's one of our Ambassador Diamonds and top income earners. One time she actually sent us in a leadership group a list of things that she says to herself every day. So I actually said them into my phone and recorded them. And then I listened to them every single day when I was going diamond. And I put sticky notes all over my wall. Like every time we're trying to promote or anything, like I'm like, I am, triple diamond. I am, happy and healthy. I am wealthy. I am, love.
From mine just behind me. I have them like random on cabinets, on walls, wherever I think I'm going to be or look.
The refrigerator door, the microwave door. every time I'm walking out, because if I'm having a bad day and I just am like scatterbrained and I don't want to be negative, because that's the other thing I wanted to talk about is like your energy and your positivity or negativity is going to rub off on everybody and anybody you come in contact with or who you are around. So that's why I like having those positive notes everywhere and listening to those positive affirmations, because even if you are not consciously listening or you're not consciously seeing it, it's going into your subconscious, which is what you need. Repetitive habit of thinking, that's going to change the way you think about yourself, and that's going to change your whole day. Like, so when I'm having a bad day and I'm reading those positive things, it puts me in a better mood, and it like uplifts me instead of wallowing in my self-pity. And I just say I turn a negative into a positive and I go on through my day. And I don't let people, naysayers, people that tell me no, like I never let that stuff bother me, because they're not telling me no, I don't like you, I don't blah, blah, blah. It's no, I can't do that right now. No, I'm not interested in that right now. No, I can't buy that right now. And that's okay, because every time I get a no, I'm closer to my next yes. And you want to get no's, because if you're not getting no's, then you're not asking people. You need to be talking to at least, what would you say, Amber, how many new people should you be talking to a day as a new distributor?
A new distributor, I would still try to reach 20 to 25 people a day. Even if it's just messaging, then, creating a relationship is the biggest thing. I don't like to call it cold messaging. A lot of people do, but it's more warm messaging, because you need to be connecting with the people before you message. Don't just randomly message somebody that you've never liked or commented on anything ever, because if you do that, they're going to be like, they're not even going to think twice about answering you, because they have no clue who you are at all. But if you say, even on Instagram, before you go message somebody, even if it's, hey, thanks for the love of my post, are you interested? I say that to every new like, every new comment on every picture on my Instagram. But you know what? I go and like their pictures first. I might like 5 pictures, 6 pictures real quick, but I'm going to send a message after that. So they're going to say, oh, that person liked a lot of my stuff. I wonder who they are. And they're going to look at your profile, and they're going to see something that interests them with, wraps or the system or what the opportunity. But make sure you are talking to it. I'd say 25 minimum a day. I talk to about 100 people a day between Facebook. You're on mute, Lauren.
And you're talking about like 20 to 25, like whether it's new people or following up.
Yeah. Whether it's following up with somebody, new people, anybody you're talking to, but talking to people. That is the biggest thing. If you're not talking to people, you have no business. Nobody knows what you're doing. Yeah.
If you don't open your mouth and tell anybody what you're doing, then no one's ever going to know. Like, I promise you, they are not going to follow.
Posting. Yeah. Posting is great, and you want to post to reach more people, because you never know who's looking at your stuff. But if you're not reaching out to people as well, and you're just posting, you're only gonna, you're gonna reach like 1/4 of what you could if you were reaching out to people. And once I learned that, my business grew tremendous. But I didn't reach out to people the first year. I waited for people to come to me, or I might message somebody that I noticed liked a lot of my stuff, but it was never like, let me just reach out to everybody. I didn't do that. But now that I don't hold back this opportunity or about the products from anybody, that is what has got me to triple in 2 years. And we're moving forward. It's not just going triple. I'm going towards presidential. Matt's going to be double this month, and it's crazy that we've done this in 2 years and changed every little thing about our life. But it was hard work. It it wasn't sitting there and posting 3 times a day and hoping somebody will message you and reach out to you, and then they don't, and you get down because you're not hearing from anyone. You're wondering why nobody wants your stuff. That's another thing, is being negative about it. You have to believe they're coming. You have to believe that this is going to change your life, and that you could be anybody. You could be a black diamond. You have to believe that, because if you don't, you're not going to bring people to you. Not at all. Once I learned that, that was another game changer. I learned that I can't sit there and dwell on, man, she's doing better than me. How does she do it? Instead of just work. Talk to people. Get out there. Don't hold this back from anybody, because if you do, you're not going to grow. Okay, sorry, the chat again. Wow. Sorry, guys. But you just want to reach people. You want to be positive. You want to
be excited.
Yes.
Be excited, because if you're not excited about what you have your hands on, nobody else is going to believe you, and they're not going to be excited either. And that's the whole thing about energy that I was talking about. Like, your energy radiates off people. Like, it bounces. It's like a freaking, what's that thing called? A boomerang. If you are having a bad day, then you're constantly dwelling on that, then you're going to constantly keep having a bad day. It's like you spiral out of control, and you're like, why is everything happening to me? Because you're worrying about everything, you're complaining about everything, and you're mad at the world. That's why. But if you have like a positive day and you're constantly telling yourself, my business rocks, like I'm going to have so many customers coming to me, like everybody loves my wraps, I'm going to make so much money, this is going to change my life. If you constantly tell yourself that, and you're going to believe it, and that's going to affect your outcome in business, because happy people want to be with happy people. Like, if you're really positive all the time and you're really excited on social media, then you're going to, get people just like that. But if you're negative, you're going to get negative people. It's just kind of like, you reap what you sow, pretty much, in every way.
Yes, that is so true. And I was just reading the chat real quick about friends. If you get distributors that are friending you, I recommend only your upline and downline. You can follow sideline people that you want to friend request yourself and follow their posts to get more ideas. I do it every single day. I'm always looking for other ideas, but I don't friend request other distributors unless they're directly above me you can friend, like, you should definitely have Lauren and me and Maria and Jamie, that type of upline, your upline leaders. But other than that, I block any others or delete any others. And because just like anywhere, you're going to have shady people. Not that I want to believe they're in our company, but they are. And they're going to take your friends and follow your friends. They're going to message people when they see people commenting on your posts. I've had it happen personally on Instagram and Facebook. You don't want to have people I literally, on my business page, I was having somebody that was liking all the people that would comment on my stuff. And then I clicked on her stuff one day, because I was like, she likes everything. And she was a distributor, and one of my potentials said that she had messaged them. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. So I blocked that person, but you don't want that. So I just stick with your upline and downline.
But you can also, to protect yourself, just in case, you can hide your friends list, which is what I do. You can go to Google and you can Google how to hide your friends list. That way, the only people, like everybody, the only people that they can see is who they are mutual friends with. That's it. People can't, and they can only see that, I think, if they're friends with you. So There is a way to protect yourself. Like, if I have more distributors now than ever friend requesting me, and I'll accept it, but then I'll go back and I'll unfollow them. I'll put them in It Works Global list. I have a list, It Works Global. Then I have one with my team that y'all are all on. So I put them in the It Works Global list, and then I unfollow them. So I never ever see their stuff, because you don't want your news feed to be filled with it works, it works, it works, it works, it works, because that's like defeating the purpose. You want to engage and talk to your friends and your family and your followers. So that's why we always say, like, you want to take a couple minutes every time you post to go through your news feed and like and comment on like 20 to 30 people's posts, because the more you engage with your followers, the more they're going to see your post.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah. The more you engage, the way the algorithms work on social media.
And on Instagram now too, it's that way.
Yep.
They're changing everything on.
Because they don't want it to be something that you're just selling products. You're just putting a picture out there. They want it to be people are connecting with people. That's what social media is about. So you should be connecting. Even if you're a shy person, it doesn't, I mean, all you got to do is like a picture. You know, you can say one word type comments like adorable or cute or emoji.
I put emojis. Yeah.
Everyone loves emojis. I do emojis too.
And it's easy and it's quick.
Yeah. But yeah, just really connecting with people and reaching out to people is going to be your guys' ticket, and believing in the company, believing in yourself. Now that's going to take time. I'm still doing it, and I do a lot of self-development. Once I started, because the first year I was in this, I would maybe watch a YouTube video that someone shared, but I didn't do truly self-development, reading books, listening to them. Yes, one team, one missions. I didn't do all that as much as I should have. Once I started, that it changed everything. I realized that I was worth something, just to put it out there, because before that, I didn't think I would ever amount to anything grand like this company can give us. I lived that paycheck to paycheck life and struggled and went through a lot of bad stuff. And that bad stuff had me such a negative, I just felt like a defeated person, I guess. And it works, not just the income, because the income took me a little bit. I mean, it took me 14 months to get Diamond. And from Diamond, I went kind of quick, but that was just because I put the work in and I believed in myself. But it took me that 14 months to really believe in myself and see that, no matter what you've gone through in life, anything, I'm telling you, you might think you've been through some bad stuff, and then you hear somebody else's story with it works that are making millions of dollars that might have been homeless or lost their children, or just some really bad stuff. So there's really no excuses. I've seen it all. I've seen everybody that has had that rough story go from these like hateful, negative people to just positive people that are changing their lives forever. I have people message me all the time that say they love my posts. They can't wait to see my Instagram newsfeed, and it just lifts them up because they're going through this bad thing, and and they'll connect with me that way. And it's just crazy that I used to be such a negative, hateful person because I went through some crap, and it made me I was bitter, and I just struggled. I was tired all the time because I worked constantly. It was just a struggle, and it works changed all of that. Even if I didn't have the money, I've made the best friends, family, actually. Like, Lauren's going to be in my wedding. Like, she's like a sister to me. Maria's like a sister to me. So many of you guys I talk to a good bit, and I love my team. I love all of you, and I want you all to be successful. I want you all to have that freedom of time to be with your families and just experience life like God wants us to. He wanted us to have a grand life, not this struggling, crying all the time, depressed, going through a bunch of crap all the time. He doesn't want that for us. But some people, get handed the bad cards. The devil tests us over and over again. I know. I got shingles on me just from stressing. Like, he keeps trying to throw things at me, and I keep defeating him. But you just have to want it. You have to know that you can do it. Every single one of you on here can do this. You just have to believe in it, and you have to put the work in it. And then, a couple years from now, or a couple months from now, depending how hard you go with it, you're going to be sitting at home like, wow, did that just happen? Because I'm still doing that. Like,
you just have to push through the bad times.
You do.
In the
And
slow-
when you feel like it's slow, and when you having them negative naysayers tell you, oh, that doesn't work, or that's a scam, that's a pyramid scam, you're going to hear it all. I have heard it all. And I used to be so defensive. I'm a very opinionated person. And I used to tell everybody, like, you do not know what you're talking about. You didn't use it right. You didn't do this. You know, I was that person always. And then finally I was like, well, just block them. I just need to delete them. I don't need to let their negativity get me all heated up, and, you know, and then I get negative, and then I'm bringing bad juju to me, and I'm just, no, I stopped doing that. And sorry, every time this pops up, I read it. It's such a habit. I feel like I have like ADHD or something. I keep stopping. But just don't let the negative stuff get you guys down, because you're going to have it. It's direct sales. A lot of people don't believe in direct selling because they don't know what it is. I was one of them people. When I first started, I had no clue what I was getting my hands on because I tried Mary Kay and I did nothing with it. But I knew this was weight loss, and it was something that, you know, I could relate to more because I wanted to lose weight. Like, makeup wasn't something I was just really passionate about, I guess. So something like this was, and I ran with it, and I've helped many people now, and not just with their weight loss, many people being home with their families, and just things I can never, like, me and Matt are talking about what we're going to do with our wedding, and are we going to build a house? Are we just going to find a big house? And, you know, just all this different stuff. And I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm dreaming. Like, I never realized we would ever even talk about building a house ever. I thought we would rent our whole life because we had bad credit and horrible debt, and just, I never thought I'd be someone doing that. And then 2 years later, I mean, it's just, we earned $80,000 in bonuses. We average over $10,000 a month. Like, it's still weird saying that. Like, I don't know anyone that does that besides It Works people. So it's crazy. But any of you can. I was one of them people just a year ago before I went diamond. I went emerald the month before I went diamond. So I stayed at Ruby for like 10 months. I was making $200-300 max for a year and 2 months before I really started making some money. So if any of you feel like you've been doing this for 6, 7, 8 months and you're just not where you want to be, I was there too. I was frustrated. I was fed up. I wanted to throw in the towel so many times. I felt like I was constantly trying to work at this and it was never working for me. And then something just clicked in me and I realized it was because I was not acting like a leader. I was not acting like a diamond. I didn't believe that I could get that money. I wasn't picturing $2,000 a month as a diamond in my checking account. Then I started picturing that. I started writing these Post-it notes everywhere. I took a dollar bill and wrote 100,000 on it and had it hanging up over my bed so I could see it as soon as I woke up every day. Like, that is stuff I did to make myself believe there is more in life. And that's what you guys have to do. You have to believe it.
I did the same thing until I started putting all that stuff around me and really thinking it every day. Like, I was in the biggest rut. And normally when you're in a rut and you feel like you're not getting the results you want, it's because you're not doing something that you're supposed to be doing. And that's when you need to just don't keep it in. Don't get mad at the world and not talk about it. You need to reach out to your upline, reach out to your sponsor, talk to somebody, ask for help. We don't know you need help unless you tell us. We have hundreds of distributors underneath us. So it is really hard to zone in on every single person. That's impossible. And it's just going to get harder as we grow. That's why if you have an issue, you have to reach out and ask for help and talk to people, because we're not mind readers and we really want to help you, but we just don't. We're not going to know unless you tell us. But it's almost 9:15. So do you want to talk just really fast, like a few minutes, about Jamie's contest and the cruise?
Yeah, let me talk about that real quick. That way we can, because we have another Zoom that we're doing with some other people. So I'm going to get through that. Jamie's contest. Now, the way that's going to work is she's having a contest for Anybody can win this stuff. And let me just tell you some of the prizes before I tell you what the contest is about. Some of the prizes are going to be cash money, $100, $200, and $300 different cash prizes are going to be on there. iPads are going to be on there. A getaway trip for a weekend with Melody McFarlane and their like humongous mansion house. That's beautiful. A getaway trip, or no, the Melody one's a different contest. Sorry guys. I'll tell you about that in a second. But there is one for who? Oh, Danielle. Hey, Danielle. Sorry. There is
Pam Souter.
For Pam is going to do a Zoom. There's one for Jamie and Thomas. They're going to have a weekend trip to their house to be with, our ambassador leader. How cool is that? Pam Souter agreed to do a Zoom with us. Who else did? Melody and Blair, I think, were doing a Zoom too. Yeah. So there's all different stuff. There's going to be self-developing books, gift cards, just a lot of stuff, and it's all going to be worth a good bit, and they're awesome prizes. And the way it works is you have to have your auto ship run. You can run it anytime throughout the month, but you have to have that set up and run to be eligible. The reason for that is being a product of the product, guys, and that's why we tell you guys to do that in the contest, because if you're not trying different products every month and using the stuff you love to show people your excitement on the products, then you're not going to really have a business. You can't have a hot dog stand and not have hot dogs. So you wouldn't have a wrap business and not have wraps or products on hand or anything like that. So make sure you guys are running your auto ships. If you don't have the money for your auto ships, sell something. Everybody has kids' clothing laying around. They're looking to get rid of or sell. There's yard sale sites galore. Go through stuff that's old and you don't want and sell it. Put some money aside and use that for your auto ship. Then once you use your auto ship, sell some wraps for $25 a piece and put some money back for your auto ship. You don't have to put money out of pocket. You just need to have, money from the products you're using to put back into the business, because every business has business dues. Everyone. Ours are very cheap compared to any direct selling company or, business you would have anywhere. So you have to have your auto ship set, but if you get 4 loyal customers, you get to pick any number on the Post-it board. It's only going to be the 50. There's only 50 picks. So it's 4 loyal customers. Is it 3 DTs?
Yeah, 3 distributors, and then if you get Fast Start qualified, or
you have to get 2 distributors. Fast Start qualified is one thing you can do. You can get 4 loyal customers. That gets you a pick, or you can get 3 distributors and that gets you a pick. If you do the whole step to success, you will be entered into the grand prize, which is the retreat to Melody McFarlane's mansion house, huge, humongous, beautiful house on the lake. So that's just one contest. So there's many things you can do. You can get those loyal customers and distributors, but guys, that cruise, that amazing cruise that we all want to go on, I know I do. I earned a spot last year, but Carter was just born, so I couldn't go. So I'm definitely going on this one. And it's the 5th largest cruise in the world. It has 28 restaurants, 20 decks, 2 spas, tons of different types of bars, a water park, a casino. Like, it is just crazy, 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 crazy. I can't wait to go, and anybody can go. I don't want you guys to think like, wow, I'm probably going to have to earn a lot of points, or I have to be a double diamond or above or something to get there. Well, that is definitely not the case. Anybody can go. It's on a point system. It depends how many loyal customers and distributors you enroll. Now, when you get to Ruby, that's what's going to be really important. See, we can't get to Ruby. We've already been there. We can help other people get to Ruby that we personally enrolled, and we can get points. But other than that, we can't. But if you haven't got to Ruby, you get 2,500 points. if you help somebody under you get to Ruby, that's another 2,500 points. That doesn't even count the loyal customers and distributors, the points you get for them that it took for you to build to Ruby too. So, I mean, you new distributors, there was a good bit of them on the first cruise because they ran with it and got to Ruby and they were just racking in points. And some of the bigger leaders, we weren't getting it because we have big teams. So not everybody's personally enrolled. So if they had Ruby's building and they didn't personally enroll them, they weren't getting all them points. So it is fair game for everybody. It's all about who works hard. If you work hard, you're going to go on that cruise. I had 2 distributors get a place last year that just joined the month before, got themselves to Ruby, and then one girl got herself to Ruby and got her fiance to Ruby in 2 months. So they got points for that, and she got a whole cabin spot. So anybody can do it, guys. I know we need to end this. I was reading in the chat, see if I need to go over anything, because we need to jump on the other one. We can do these whenever you guys want to have Zooms. If you want to do one just for your team, Michelle, are you raising your hand? Okay.
Yeah, I just got a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yep.
Hey, okay, so explain the difference between personally enrolled. Like, what is personally enrolled? Like, I enrolled somebody.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, when I first started, you know, there was some confusion at the beginning. And I know you and I had that conversation about, you know, Maria and then you, and I was like, what's going on? And so is it like if I personally enroll somebody and let's say I move them to somebody else, I mean, how does that?
Okay, the way it works, if it's a loyal customer that you personally enroll and you move it, it helps you build to your rank, but you basically give that loyal customer to that person. Now, you still talk to them people and you still, you know, you still keep your relationship with them. You're just helping your team build by loyal customers. Now, if it's distributors, no matter where you put them on your chart, it doesn't matter. That's your personally enrolled. So when they get to Diamond, it doesn't matter if I put like any of you guys under Lauren and you go to Diamond, but I placed you under Lauren, I'm going to get that extra percent on that. There's an extra 9% you make when they go Diamond, and I'm going to get you get a little bit more because you personally enrolled them.
But that's with that's not even with Diamond. You get like part of your compensation, part of your commission in our compensation plan is the enroller bonus. So if you personally enroll a distributor, then you
get 5% more. Yeah.
So if you aren't making average, it's probably because you haven't personally enrolled all of the distributors underneath you.
Yep.
And I wish somebody would have told me that when I first started, because they didn't, and me and Amber had no idea for like a year, and we didn't know why my check was not average. And then come to find out, like, you know, if that's why we tell y'all straight up everything. We're truthful with you. We want y'all to have banging checks. I want your check to be bigger than mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to be upset because your check's not what you thought. But you have to put the work in. If you're giving everything, because then it's not, your check isn't going to look so high.
Yep. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions? And what I was going to say is we can do these more. If you guys want to have just smaller Zooms with just us, with just your uplines and not like the whole big team, just let us know. We can do, and me and Lauren are home during the day too. So if you guys have like a day off and you're always working other times, but you're like, hey, are you available to Zoom? Can we work together? Can we do a power hour? I have some questions. I need you to help me. I need some inspiration, anything. Just let us know. And if I'm not available, I'll ask Lauren. If she's unavailable, she can ask, you know, Kristen or Danielle or one of her leaders or Maria or any of the sidelines. There are so many people out there that would have no problem helping. So just reach out and let us know you need the help and we'll be there.
Yeah, like if you need, I remember y'all were asking, sorry, in the chats how to seal the deal. Just message me or Amber personally, and we will talk to you about sealing the deal. And if you need help, then get us on a three-way chat. Get us on a group chat, on a three-way call.
Oh my gosh. You
on
don't,
Facebook.
we don't know how many three-way chats I am in helping people with potentials. I have distributors that literally, they just don't know how to talk to potential people right now. You know, they're learning. So I have a lot of them that either screenshot me the conversation and I tell them exactly what I would say back, or they put me in the three-way chat on Facebook or a three-way text or call, anything. And as long as I'm free, you might have kids in the background running around, but I'm going to be there to answer. And same with Lauren or any leader. So if you are just like, man, I talk to people all the time and I just don't know what I'm doing wrong, screenshot some of your conversations and send them to us. Let us look them over and we can tell you exactly what we would do different. And maybe you can try that and see if it works. I mean, that's how you're going to learn. Don't think what you're doing is wrong. This is a business you're building. It's all going to be wrong at some point. We've all done it. So just reach out and be like, what am I doing wrong? Why can I not get these people? And if we come back at you and say, look, you're posting, you're following, you're doing everything that I would tell you, then it's going to be more of the belief in yourself. It's going to be more self-developing, because you can still be doing every little thing right that you're supposed to in this business and not believe in yourself. And that can keep you from getting people. People are not going to be attracted to you because you're not positive and excited. So once you start doing all that and doing, trainings and boosts and getting on these Zooms when we have them, because there's always really, really good information, guys. I had to watch YouTube. I seriously watched 2 to 3 YouTube videos a day because we didn't have Zooms or anything like that. That is all new. And I would just watch them and learn myself and take notes and everything. But now you guys have live videos that you can literally be like, I'm having trouble with this. What do I do? And we're right there. So get on the Zooms. Make sure you do. And if you can't, like Dawn, I know I understand you can't do these 10 o'clock ones and things like that. That's hard.
As long as they're recorded, I listen to them in the car on the way to work in the morning and then on the way home in the afternoon. And I listen to Jade in the morning on the way to work if there isn't a Zoom to listen to. So I'm always listening to someone, trying to make sure it's sink in.
And I know it's your time. You've learned enough to where you are ready, and I know you've been ready, and it's going to happen. I'm telling you.
Any day now.
Yeah.
Any day now.
It's going to. Because you haven't given up. That was the biggest thing with me. I just didn't give up no matter what. And it just, bam, it was coming like crazy. And I was like, whoa, I need help. What do I do? But, okay, we're going to start having other people jump on. So if you guys want to go ahead and jump off, I need to get some water and pee real quick before we do it again. So if you have any other questions, what I'm going to do, Danielle, I know you're on here, but I'm going to end this meeting because it was a recording, and then I'll start it back up again. So I will talk to you guys later. Message us personally if you need help with anything.
Yeah, or you have any other questions. Sorry we had to rush, but we'll do another one soon.
Yeah. And Jennifer, if you'll message one of us, go ahead and message one of us, and we can help you with sealing the deal. All right. I will talk to you guys in a minute. Or Lauren and